As a musician, it's very important to put your music online. And that sounds very scary if you've never done it before. But it's not as difficult as you may think. Hi, I'm Sean, and this is DStM Music, and we're going to teach you all about streaming. Back before the internet was invented, when dinosaurs were still around, we used to use cassette tapes, vinyl and CDs in order to distribute music. As archaic as that sounds now, it was quite successful back then. It's all about streaming nowadays, and putting your music online is the smartest move. There are a few reasons as to why you should put yourself on streaming platforms. For example, your music can reach a larger audience. You can begin to make royalties off of the music that you publish online. So how do you go about actually uploading your songs online? Well, first off, we're going to have to talk about where to upload your songs. The great thing about SoundCloud is it allows any user to upload any track for free, which is perfect if you're taking your first steps into the music industry. You can upload songs that would have made it into a single or an album to gather a little bit of exposure for starting out. The good thing about SoundCloud also is that it's such a good underground scene that you could be tapping into markets that you didn't even know existed. A similar platform I'd recommend is Bandcamp. It will allow you to upload tracks for free and also make a little bit of money off your songs in an interesting way. I'll explain that a little bit later though. Now, let's get into something a little bit more complex, and that is Spotify. While Spotify might be the world leader in streaming, it did not get there through its simplicity in uploading tracks. Spotify is a little more complex, where it requires a music distributor in order to put your music on there. Music distributors act as the middleman between you and some of the top dog streaming services. You can find some linked to record labels, but also many are independent, so it's good to look around for one that suits you best. After selecting the right distributor for you, a date is agreed on by both parties, and a countdown begins for your song being released to the globe. So you finally get your work out there. Great! Now it's time to start earning those sweet royalties. But what are royalties exactly? Royalties, in short term, is how artists generate their income, and is usually calculated by how many listens and streams they have on various streaming sites. Each streaming service offers a different rate in which they pay artists per listen. However, we will go into the various rates later. Each streaming service offers a different rate of royalties. For example, listens could cost a lot more or a lot less on each platform. Royalties can be accumulated outside of just streams. For example, if your song is used in an advert or it features in a film, you can make some serious money from it. There are a few different royalty collection services here in Scotland, and they each have their own different roles in how they can help you get paid for your work. If you're a songwriter-composer and your song has been streamed, performed in public, or broadcast within radio for example, PRS sets out to get you your fair share so that any income generated goes right into your pocket. Another one of these organisations is PPL. PPL is similar to PRS, however they cater more to performers and those who hold the right to recordings. Just like PRS, PPL ensures that you get your fair share for the work that you have done. So enough beating around the bush. How much money are you actually going to be making from streaming? The answer? Not a lot. SoundCloud, most of the time, don't even really pay you royalties. They have set up a premium service, however it would take 500 streams. That's not going to put food on the table. Bandcamp have took an interesting approach to their price. Bandcamp functions off donations for artists to survive, so artists are being paid however much the consumer pays them. Whilst this method is interesting, it does rely on people's morals, and it can, unfortunately, lead to some people taking advantage of your music. Now here you're all thinking, Spotify is probably going to pay as good, and I wish I could say you were right. On Spotify, you have to average between 167 to 250 views, so the next time you go to a musician's house, don't judge him for just having pot noodles in. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, why would you ever go into music if the money is not good from streaming? Well, there are laws being passed to help us artists, and maybe times will change and we will be able to get paid our fair wage. You don't start out a star, and you certainly don't start making the big bucks, but putting your music on these streaming sites should be seen as more than just a paycheck. It should be seen as the first steps of being heard. You're putting yourself out there on these platforms, telling everyone, I have something to say, and I am going to say it, and you should all listen up. Putting your music out there is definitely scary. However, your bravery can pay off if you play your cards right. I hope that this has been insightful. I'm Sean, and this has been DStM. All the best, and take care.